Have you ever wondered when you make a digital payment, just a quick scan or a scratch, or you put your PIN and the money goes? How the money goes, how the person is received, we'll talk on digital payments. Welcome back to Tax Talk by TNC Sridhar. I am TNC Sridhar, retired Joint Commissioner of Income Tax and practicing advocate. I'll simplify your financial and taxation understandings in simple language for you to understand and explain to you where does the money that you pay as taxes go. In this episode, we decode the hidden facts of every rupee that goes from your account in digital transaction to various people with whom you transact. Today we will talk about digital payments, how it operates and its implications. Today everyone is conversant with the digital transactions. Everyone does digital payments and it is proud to say that we are topping in the world in the digital transactions with more than 100 billion transactions. Now we go ahead to see what really happens when you make a transaction. For example, when you scan a code towards a payment, what happens and how exactly the money gets transferred into the account of the beneficiary from your account. When you go out, you would like to make some small transaction, say for a cup of tea you want to have, and you're on a highway. And then you look at the wallet and then you find that you have a few 100 rupee notes in your pocket. But the tea that you want to take is only costing 12 rupees or 15 rupees. Now the problem normally to face is that if you give 200 rupees, the person doesn't have a change. That problem is mitigated now with the digital payment. You pay exactly what is the amount that is required to be paid through your mobile. And when you scan the QR code, the bank of the beneficiary sends a request to your bank that here is a person who is going to make a payment. So then when you put the amount and then you put your password there, immediately your bank sends that much money to the beneficiary's account. This all happens in real time, like milliseconds. So as soon as the transaction is complete, you get a signal back stating that transaction successful. Not only that, you also get a reference number there to show that this is what has been made. But this particular transaction that is recorded is something which is recorded at various levels. That's how the digital transaction works. In digital transaction, the exact money does not flow. It's only the data that flows. Your account is debited and the account of the beneficiary is credited. It's only data transfer that takes place. This is what digital transaction. Okay, it's fine. You are availed of your services, you have paid the money, the data is transferred, over. But in reality, this is not over. Actually, real implications start at this point of time. Because the fact that some money has gone out of your account is recorded somewhere. So there's a transparency. Nobody can dispute it because it's admissible evidences. It comes. Then it's convenient. You don't have to carry cash. Without carrying cash, you are able to do the transactions. And then security. You think of an auto driver who drives at night. Suppose he deals with cash, always a fear that somebody may waylay him and take the cash away. Now with a digital transaction, he doesn't carry any cash. There's security for him. And then comes the compliance. Because you become answerable for the every money that you get. And the person who pays has also to account for every amount that he pays. These are the tax implications which come into play. This is the world of taxation that takes care of that aspect. But always remember, whenever you do a digital transaction, you should check back whether the amount is actually debited or not. Because sometimes the transaction may not take place. In that case, you get intimation that the transaction has failed. And now further, one more security reason is there. That is, in your mobile also you get an intimation, separately a message comes that this much amount has been credit debited to your account. So, you are sure that this money has gone. Normally, because of the volume of transactions, there is no charge, but at some level beyond certain, there will be some charges. The credit card payments you make, and even when you make a withdrawals from the bank, after certain number of hits in a month, you are charged some fees for such transactions. So digital transaction is not totally free. It comes with a charge, but there are certain limits within which it can be done free. So normally your day-to-day activity that you are doing, they become free. Now the technical aspect of it is that the time which is done, time taken is so less that you really don't realize what is there. So this is what is the benefit of this. Some time back, there was a big hue and cry about the government, the sales tax departments are issuing notice to the small vendors and say that according to your bank account, your turnover is so much. The vendor never realized because he was very happy as long as he did not have to handle cash. Everything goes through this, but everything got recorded. And when it is recorded, the transactions have to be shown and it has to come. So what happened? People have to realize that they will have to pay taxes if they have earned more than a certain limit. And these transactions which have come to the surface has helped the overall economy of the country. In fact, the tax collection has increased because of the digital transaction, which has gone a long way in development of the country. And it cannot be done but for your contribution of doing digital transaction and paying the taxes accordingly. So whenever you do a digital transaction, be it for your business purposes or be it for your personal expenses, you have a tag of these things. And in business, whatever comes, they are recorded in bank, all right, but you have to maintain your books also. Because as per income tax, whatever expenses you make for the purpose of business is an allowable deduction and you will not be charged tax on that. So it becomes necessary for you to record these transactions in your books of accounts. So kindly record these transactions so that you are able to keep track and looking at the transaction history, so it becomes easier for you and saves a lot of botheration. So in this episode, you have seen how a digital transaction happens, how it operates, how the recordings takes place, and what are the various implications. Now in the next episode, we'll talk about the gold transactions. Whenever you go to buy gold, you may pay the total for gold or you may exchange your old gold. These aspects we'll discuss in the next episode. Till then, like, share and subscribe to this channel and tell your friends also so that the knowledge gets spread throughout. You still have any queries on this? Don't hesitate to drop a request in comment box and it will be a pleasure to satisfy your query and see that you enjoy the aspect of payment of taxes and be a proud contributor of national development.